Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Ned over My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D, over here at MPD, coming at you from Dumaguete City, the city of gentle people here in the Philippines. Today is August 13th, 2019, the first day of the rest of our lives. Please note that this video is intended for educational purposes for any foreigner living, working, retiring, studying, flying a kite, doing anything in the Philippines. In particular, this incident underscores the dangers of involving oneself with environmental activism or being perceived as a political agitator within the Philippines. Let's get right into it then. Disturbing news coming out of Ifugao, province of Luzon, with the August 6th shooting of a Chinese-American citizen working as a paralegal for the Cordillera Human Rights Alliance. The good news is he is still alive. He is not dead. He is, I believe, in critical conditions still, but at least he's not passed away. The 37-year-old American Brandon Lee, who is of Chinese descent, had reportedly been living in the Philippines since 2010 and was a permanent resident through marriage to a Filipino citizen. When you're a permanent resident, you can get work permits and work here in the Philippines. The couple has a young daughter. Brandon was shot 4 times in the back and spine from unidentified assailants. Again, this occurred on August 6th at approximately 6 p.m. after he had picked up his daughter from school and they were in the front yard of their home. He suffered multiple cardiac episodes during surgery and continues to be in critical condition. For a while he was in a coma, but he is now out of the coma. He is believed to be the first U.S. citizen targeted for an extrajudicial assassination attempt in the Philippines. According to sources, Brandon was working with the Cordillera Human Rights Alliance and also supported the Ifugao peasant movement. He has allegedly been red tagged by the military for having sympathies with the Philippine rebel group, the New People's Army. Both the Cordillera Alliance and the IPM work to protect land rights of the native people who have lived in the Cordilleras for centuries. That's the Ifugao. They have been notably active in their opposition to a number of massive hydroelectric projects that would displace numerous Ifugao from their native lands. The shooting of Lee follows the assassination of another IPM member last year, Ricardo Muyami, a Filipino who was a leader of the IPM. 4 years earlier, William Bugate, also a paralegal with the Cordillera Alliance, was shot and killed. Lee was reportedly friends with both of these men. A GoFundMe has been set up by his friends in the United States to help allay the costs of his multiple surgeries. You can find that site by clicking down in the video description box. There'll be a GoFundMe link. As of this date, 23,000 of the 30,000 USD has been raised. The U.S. government has been petitioned to provide security protection for Brandon through the U.S. Embassy. Global Watch, which is an international human rights organization, noted that Philippines is considered the most dangerous place in the world to be an environmental activist, with 30 people having been killed here in 2018 alone. That's out of 164 incidents across the world. Involving oneself in human rights or environmental activities in the Philippines entails a good amount of risk, especially when it comes to being perceived as a communist sympathizer, opposing mega-billion peso construction programs, or simply getting between a man's family and the dinner table. So that's that. It's not the first time I've heard of how dangerous it is to be an environmental activist here in the Philippines. There's a number of factors contributing to this, and there's a number of players involved in this. I'm not going to get into detail of all that stuff. A good number of expats always recommend keeping your head low, trying to stay out of the flow, trying not to cause confrontation and problems. In Bisaya, that's called Dili Mangitagaway. Don't look for trouble. The news that he's still alive is good news, and we wish the best for him and his family. The next video should be a little lighter than this. It's going to be celebrating the 3-year anniversary of my trusty Honda Click. So until next time, puppies and rainbows for all. Be well. Hey, if you consider our work to be of any value, consider supporting us on Patreon. If you're a Patreon, you get a free copy of my ebook, and we do monthly Google Hangouts. So consider doing that, if you would please.